Jesus, we want to follow. Just say that to him. Jesus, Jesus, we want to follow. Jesus, Jesus, we want to follow. Have you ever heard a bird song? I mean, if you listen to them, that you'll hear them. If you listen to a lot of them, you'll hear this glorious sound. But what's funny to me after that bird said that to me was that later on I started listening to birds, and birds just have like one little sound that they just sing over, and it's like the same song. Like they don't get to like break out into anything that's just no new territory. This is difficult for creative people. The same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. And as limiting as that felt, when I saw it with the spirit of revelation, it was so freeing. Sometimes like divine limitations are freeing, aren't they? It's like I saw this little bird and I thought, whoa, it'd be fun to be like that. Like you don't have to come up with anything new, just your whole life. Just your whole life. You know, we have Jason Upton tonight. Like the whole night, you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, you can't go there with thinking how boring it would be, because it might be a little bit boring, but how freeing to just be that free. The same song over and over and over and over and over again. You know, reality is that most of the greatest people, that's what they do. Just being what God created them to be. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Because there it is, the bird. Started going to Revelation. I started thinking about that, and my spirit of revelation just started coming to me, and I started thinking about like, what if God makes you a red bird, but bluebirds are in style? And then you get frustrated because you keep. Well, bluebirds are in style, so you dress yourself up like a bluebird. And then the blackbird's in style, so then you dress yourself up like the blackbird. And then the purple bird's in style, and you dress yourself up like the purple bird, you see. And you wonder why you're missing the destiny on your life. It's because Jesus one day comes walking, you know, around the place where you live. Comes walking, and he wants to like shine a light on the bluebird, but you chose to paint yourself up like something that was in style, and you miss your destiny, and you're frustrated because you just keep missing it and missing it and missing it and missing it, and it's all because you're not resting in what he created you to be. And the moment comes, and he could find you if he wants to, but he gives you the free choice just to keep striving for the approval of man, which is really bound up in self-idolatry and self-worship. Looks like everybody's eyes are on those birds, but what about Jesus' eyes? What about when he comes, he's like, oh, I know all these other birds, they all look the same, but there's one bird I'm looking for with one specific sound I want you to hear. It's the bluebird. And we miss our opportunities thinking we're missing God, but the reality is God isn't missing us. We're missing ourselves. We're missing the beauty that he created us to be. Before the foundations of the world, he knew you. And I break off that spirit of spiritual suicide And I break off that spirit of abortion. That spirit that comes and says, we're gonna make you like the others, or we're gonna take you out. Raise your hands to heaven right now. I break that off of you right now in Jesus' name. And I call you to be what God created you to be from the foundations of the world. Red bird, blue bird, black bird, jaybird. You are God's bird. You're God's creation. You were created to sing the song He put in you. In Jesus' name. I'm just a bird. I'm just a bird. The bird said to me. Without a penny to my name. I know it may sound absurd, but I've got no plans beyond today. There we are again. But this is what I do have. I can see an arrow flying and I'm not afraid, and I can hear the terror try to steal the night away, and I'm not afraid. Why are the sons and daughters of God so afraid? Jesus is out on the boat, remember? And there He is with all of His disciples and the fishermen. Jesus is out on the boat, and the waves, they say, start tossing so bad, so strong, that the waves are actually coming over the boat. And the disciples are terrified, right? They're terrified of the wind and the waves and the sea, and it's splashing over the boat. And the disciples look, and Jesus is sleeping. I've been telling the guys for months now, I absolutely think he was faking. I mean, I don't know for sure that he was faking, but I think he might have been faking. Just because, and this was no Titanic. It says that the waters, this was a sea. The waters were like coming over the boat. And they look, and Jesus is sleeping. And so they go over and they wake him up. They say, hey, wake up. No, they say, wake up! We're gonna die! That's what they say. What's awesome is that when he wakes up, he gets kind of frustrated with them, and he actually says, how long do I have to be with you? And he calms the wind and the waves. And then they're more terrified than before when there was wind and waves. Remember? It's right there in the Bible. And I started thinking about that one day. Jesus is sleeping. Okay, it doesn't say he was faking in the Bible. That's just my own imagination. So let's just say he was sleeping. So he's totally sleeping. The wind and the waves just rock him to sleep. So then I started thinking, what's the other place we have sleeping in the Bible? Like the Gethsemane. Jesus and the disciples are in Gethsemane. And Jesus says, hey, can you stay up with me for an hour? Because there's a lot of stuff going down. He doesn't say that to him, but there is. And Jesus is awake, and he's going through such agony. And there's something to really be afraid of. And the disciples fall asleep. So there's our two pictures. I started thinking to myself, why is it that most of the prophetic words today that keep us awake are all about the wind and the sea? When the truth comes to us, half the time we're like, it puts us to sleep. Are the things that